Hello and welcome back to episode 52. You can now watch one episode a week for a whole year of my Stationeers Mars playthrough. So, last time I was attempting to rebuild the rocket that was lost. I then discovered that actually, having got the materials, I could actually just rebuild it by disassembling what was there. And getting the parts back. However, I then ran into problems with the coupler. I have done some research since and discovered there are two known bugs which I'm convinced are what we are seeing. Well, in fact, I think it's one bug with two bug reports. Stat 2547 and Stat 2705 are the two bug reports in question, where basically if something happens to the rocket or you dismantle the rocket, the decoupler despawns, which explains why I couldn't find it, but remains embedded in the world invisibly, so you can't build there because that part is blocked. So until that is fixed, I think the solution is to rebuild the rocket elsewhere. So we're going to go and start on that. Now I have made a start on this episode previously, but I had then a problem with the recording, so I kind of know what I need to do on this episode. I'm going to try and do it faster than I did it the last time. So the first thing I'm going to do is get out here and start moving this rocket. So I'm going to move it over here. This is the logical place to put it. I'm also going to move all these rocket controls, because one of the things I have concluded is that actually they're not making it any easier, because I've got stuff all over the place. So there's a few things I'm going to do here. Some of this I figured out during my previous attempt to make this episode. Some of it was just fairly obvious anyway. Actually, I'll leave that one. That one does want to stay there. So I'm going to move this launch pad into this space here. Let's drop them over there for a minute. Right, I'm going to need to remove these lights. That was never connected anyway. And where's my cable? There we are. Okay, that's going to be useful later. And wrench these down. 1, 2, 3, yeah, that'll do it. And remove those. Oops. Come on! What's it doing? Silly thing. Drop it in there. Right, now I need to dismantle all of this. How's my jetpack looking? Okay for now. A lot of vertical work to do in this episode, so we're going to start by wrench. There is a wrench. It's a wrench all the way down, I think. Probably not. That would be too simple. That's the angle grinder, right? I knew that we switched to angle grinder at some point. Boom. Wrench. Okay, what do we need on here? Wrench again. Angle grinder. Angle grinder. Okay, obviously all that cable's got to come down as well. Now, A lot of this is probably going to fall in the hole in a minute, but there we go. No, that's wrench. Oops. Angle grinder again. Right, this is where it is falling down the hole. Yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, so first things first, where's the launch pad? Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to keep the setup on the same side. Let's weld that. Oops. Okay, and go nearly onto there. Rocket engine will go there. Fuel tank will go there. That's it. And the silo will go on here. There we go. Right, now I've just got to do with all of this. Right, okay, so I get these tanks put in. And then the other thing I should have got in here is somewhere I should have a coupler. There we are. Oops, pulled the wrong bit. Coupling module, ice mining module. So I want this should go in here now, that's it, a downward coupler. And an ice mining module. And an automation module. Okay, stand by for the crazy rotations, make it launch downwards. There we go, right. Okay, now it's a significant welding job. That one. Plastic sheets. Where's the rest of the plastic sheets? Oh, of course, those are for the bits I haven't done yet. That's fine. Electronic parts in there. Stack those. More electronic parts. More electronic parts. Right, that's all the bits that I previously got built. Good, okay. So now I'm going to do that. And
light on.
yeah, need some more power, don't I? Okay, I'm going to put them in my backpack. I'm going to grab plastic sheets and the electronic parts. Alright, that should be enough to finish the rocket, I think. Okay, there we go. It's the rocket rebuilt. Now I've just got to move all of the services. Right. Let's rig that up like that for a minute. Now, before I actually set that up, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get some blue paint. The reasons for this will become obvious in a minute. One of the things that I identified is a problem is that when those ice crushers are running and the turbo pumps for the fuel are running, the power drain is too much. So I need to split the circuits. Or specifically when all those things are running and the rest of atmospherics is running. Bear in mind the rest of atmospherics includes all of the cooling tower and the advanced furnace and the composter now. On that pink power network it's just too much, so we need to split the power. That was a discovery I came to when I attempted to make this episode previously, so piggybacking on knowing that, I am going to just get on and start that now. Right, and actually what I need to do here, so that's that go on the floor because that goes with that. I need to pull up these floor panels. There's a bit enough. Let's drop that there, let's drop those there. I need the heavy cable.
Hydration critical.
Wire cutters. What have I done with the wire cutters? They've gone in here. Right, so first things first, let's... Okay. Right. Put them in here. It's actually saved a little bit of wire as well. There we are, that's reset. Right, okay, so that's now giving me a bit of space here to mount the blue one. And the reason I've done it here is I know that I'm going to need to bring it out here, but then I'm going to take it across here and through there. And I'm going to move the melt rooms and I'm going to move the rockets onto the blue network. In case you hadn't guessed, that was the reason that I did not recolour all of that cable. Replace all that cable because I wanted to recolour it first. Whoops. Oh, I had it the right way around and then I messed it up. We've got to go this side of the door because firstly I can't go through the door and secondly the black cable is the other side there. So feed that through there. Right, while I'm in here, let's get that powered up and turned on. Obviously just spamming 9 is the quickest way to get it to 5,000 since it just takes it to the maximum. Oh, Come on, go down, you silly thing. Right, okay, so that goes there. We'll close this wall back up. I'm going to want that. That can stay there for a minute. I'll come back and deal with that. Quite a few other things to do. Don't want my hands too full whilst I'm doing this, because if the power goes off... Oh, power goes off if a storm comes and the power's off, we'll have a bit of a problem. Right, so that's going to come out there. It's going to go along here. I want to get it across here, and then I'm going to cut this here and I'm going to run it parallel. So that's roughly how it's going to go down. Let's get it done. Obviously I don't want to connect that yet because that's going to cause all sorts of problems. So I'm going to run it under here, and then I'm going to turn it. Obviously I'm going to have to run it underneath that green cable. And then I'll come up there and around there, across this pipe. Run it as close into the black one there as I can. Right, so I just need to quickly dismantle that. Let's do this. Take that out of there. I'll weld those frames up properly when this is done. There we go, that goes in there, that's quick and easy. Obviously be careful when welding not to point at the actual cable because you will burn through it. There we go, slightly improve the state of things under there as well. And get those back down. Okay, right. How have I come up short? Oh, because those are over there, right, okay. Right, so this is going to become blue cable along here. And I'm going to cut this here. Obviously this is going to take the rockets and the melt rooms offline. That's fine. This is obviously a neat trick if you want to recolour a lot of cable without having to use any paint. As long as you're equipped with the wire cutters in the other hand, you just lay it over the top. Okay, so that's now going that way. And we've got just about enough room here to run this along here. So let's close those in. Let's pull up the next bit. And obviously there's quite a bit here that needs some work. So I'm going to leave that running on the atmospherics. Oh, that's interesting. That appears to have a new... I was talking about adding IC chips to things. That's a new model. Literally since I loaded up the game yesterday. So there we go. I don't know whether it's functional yet, but that's kind of cool. Right. Let's just drop that for a minute. First things first, let's just run this along here. And then let's cut this here. Right, I need some water in a minute.
Health low.
So the good thing about doing this is it's actually replacing the cable, and if you look at some of this cable, some of it has obviously got damaged, so whoops, just replacing it like this will restore it to mint condition, which is always good. Right, okay, let's get those panels back down. Okay, I've got a couple of spares, so this should be here and here. Right, I'm missing a valve there, I need to deal with that in a minute as well. Okay, so clearly I'm not going to have enough cable left here to also recable the rocket gantry, but get this started, it's good progress. Drop down here, do these. A number of these cables got damaged in the last flame out, so at least we know that they're all fixed. It seems to have a strange effect when I do this on the
Jetpack on. Jetpack low.
yeah, I know the jetpack's low, I know. Yeah, some of the consoles seem to go a bit mad for a minute, but they'll come right once this is all done. Don't know why it happens, but I do know it fixes itself in a minute. Okay, and now I need to do all of that. Okay, so hopefully that is all now fixed. You see that's now working. Now there's one other thing I'm going to do while I'm here, because I know it's a problem. There's a typo in this code. So this code here has 203 where it should have 293. And in fact I'm going to move it to 298 and re-export that. I may have changed that deliberately, or I'm not 100% sure, but I do know I found it was a problem and it was stopping these from draining. So that is an issue. Right, which hopefully is now solved. So let's carry on with our good work of replacing the damaged and incorrectly coloured cable. It's a bit tedious, needs to be done. Okay, now I'm not going to worry too much about that because some of this is coming out.
Jetpack on.
Because I'm going to move a lot of this. And I'll spray what's left, but at least that's enough to see what's what. Actually, we'll still need to run along here, so let's just carry on that bit at least. Just further on, we're going to snip it out. Because I still want the lighting gantry, even if I'm going to move the controls for the rockets. And I am going to do that because it's not the most sensible place for it there. Oh, silly thing, what are you doing? Okay, that's just not having any of it, so...
Jetpack on.
Right. Okay, so clearly going to need quite a lot more cable to get the height of that rocket. So I should go and make some more of that. I'm also going to dismantle this, which means I can claw back a little bit. Not much, because there's only one piece of cable left here. The rest got burnt away. But I'm going to get rid of this. Which will also give us a few extra raw materials. So I think it's... is it a wrench or an angle grinder? I can't remember. No, it's neither. It's a hand drill. Now it's a wrench. Okay, so I've got a very large hole there. Right, those will not quite stack with those, but I may as well at least do that. Those will stack with those. Those I can pick up. Actually, those are probably more valuable. Okay. And that auto miner, I'm sorry, it's going straight in there. It's underwhelming, I think is the correct phrase. Let's put that down that corner, roughly where the other rocket related stuff goes. There we go. So we may well want to construct rocket number 3 at some point. Right, actually I could... no, not that. Where did I just see glass? There and there. Let's just stack it into one. And I'm going to put that in there for now. Right. Okay, the other thing actually, 2 other things I want to do. Number 1, I want to sort out this generator. So I turned this down last time. Pressure in here is falling. It's not really fallen enough yet. I was hoping to bring lots of colder. I'm going to put that to, whoops, not to 200. That would be extremely mad. No, this was right. I'll change the other one. I'm going to put this one to 100. There we go. Allow that to build up a bit of pressure again. It'll bring in some cooler CO2 from the tank. Actually, I'm going to quick decompress first, thinking about it before we do that. Try and really bring the temperature down. I realise we're just wasting CO2, but we have got lots of it. The only problem is it's very hot. One more cycle of that because it's helping. It does take a little bit of the pressure out each time. Okay, and leave that to do its thing. But then the other thing I wanted to do was just to adjust the settings on the cooling tower here, just to increase the rate at which it's processing. So at the moment it's processing 500 kPa at a time. I'm going to move that up to 1.5 MPa, so triple the amount it's processing. It's just, at the moment, we're actually gaining hot gas faster than we're dealing with it, which isn't an issue. It's a long way away from being an issue at the moment, but if I leave it indefinitely, eventually that tank's going to go boom. It's still very far away from it, but we may as well cool it a bit faster. That will help. Right. Okay. So clearly I need some more cable. Also going to need a few more pipes. Not many, but just a few, just to move that fuel tank, fuel line across for the ice rocket. Okay, we've got storming coming. I think that's about enough. Okay, I think we'll manage with those if we can. So for both of those are going to need some painting. Okay, there we go. Right.
Storm incoming.
Jetpack on.
Okay, so the fuel line first. The fuel line needs to come on here.
Jetpack critical.
Oh, I should have fixed that before I started on this. That is not going to last until I finish this job. Guarantee that. Right, that needs to come down one more, two more, three more, and then it needs to curve away because we need space for the cable. Down and along. Okay, and obviously I'm going to strip that out of there, right? But before I do, jetpack is now toast, so let's go top that up. Try and do this before the storm gets here.
Power low. Jetpack on.
Right, should probably do something with those solar panels, but I don't think I'm going to have time, so let's just concentrate on doing this. Whoops. Obviously I've got some more frames that are going to need to get laid in there. Oh, look at that, perfect. How often does that happen? Not very. Right, cable coil. I have no idea whether I'm going to get this cabled in time, but we'll give it a go. So we need a curve on here and on here.
Jetpack on.
I'm just going to zip up and fit curves to all of these. And then the same down here. This does seem to be the quickest way I've found to do it. Right, and then we want obviously an upward curve on. Whoops, I had it here. But then let's go vertical Straight up. Working slightly against the clock. Oops. Come on, get in there.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, lots of other things are critical as well right now. Debating whether or not I can do this in time. Right, that's that one. Okay, so on the face of it, the rocket is now cabled and broadly connected, but obviously I've got to reroute that chute now.
Jetpack on.
Now obviously this is an ice chute, so no windows in this one.
Hunger critical.
Oops, one too many. Okay, and I'm actually going to try and connect this in down there, so I'm going to get this done before the storm gets here. That's the right height. Definitely feeling the pressure now. Oh, I've gone one too low. That was silly. Right, so that needs to be a corner going that way. Let's go there. It goes there. Yep, I've messed that up. Nearly done it right, but just not quite. Well, actually, I think if I can do this right, I might have exactly the right number of chutes. Perfect, because now all I need to do is to take that out of there and put in place a junction. There, done. Okay, I think that is probably pushing my luck as far as I dare. Oh, actually, it was clearly quite a long warning storm, so... Right, so we're set up with that rocket. Now the other task that I wanted to do... Actually, let's quickly weld that while I've got a bit of time. Angle grinder. that up. Oh, not enough charge. Right, okay. We have too much time to fix these things now. I've got a battery in there that we can use. Yes, I have. Swap them over. Right. Now I'm going to remount these walls here. They need plastic to close. Right, I really think I'm probably pushing it now. Don't think there's much more I can do on that front. Yeah, that's getting a little bit too close now. Time to sort myself out and get into some cover, I think.
Incoming.
Let's throw that in the... Okay, that'll do.
Alert. Storm. Incoming.
That needs iron in it.
Incoming.
Actually, let's grab one quickly now.
Health low.
Storm.
Yeah, I know.
Incoming.
I know.
Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning.
Okay,
Storm.
too late.
Incoming.
It's not coming out now. I'll do it after. Right.
Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning.
Right.
Storm. Incoming.
Let's gather some seeds to go on the way back out.
Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning.
That harvest's still not working right, is it?
Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming.
There we are. At least that'll stop it from constantly
Warning.
trying to trigger.
Warning. Storm. Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Warning. Storm. Warning. Warning. Storm.
Oh, yeah, I've got that annoying graphical problem. Right. Much as I might like to do some stuff in here whilst the storm's going, I don't think it's a completely good idea. Oops. I'm out of here. Okay, so one thing I do need to do is still to reconnect these. No, they're not connected, I just need to spray them up. That's good. Okay, so that's the tank room sorted. there's a little bit of cable there as well. I think I'll have that. Always useful. Right, this is clearly still not calculating correctly. Not sure quite what's going on with that console. It's like it's remembering something that's... no longer connected. Or that calculation's coming out wrong. That's actually a more likely possibility. It's difficult to judge. It might be going up slightly, in which case it's working because it's very close to 100%, but let's see if I can figure it out down here. Whoops! I know what I have got. Some steel sheets to finish some of these, so let's do that. There we go, that's a bit nicer. See, still a few to do down here, but it's getting there. Ah, these have fallen all the way down. Quite sure how. I guess air currents have moved them. Right, that is now at 1. The storm's still going, yeah. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. At least we've had a bit of a tidy up. Right, I'm going to take those stairs because I've got use for those in a minute. Anything else in here that is useful? No, not right now. Oh, actually got an empty can in there. Okay, there we go. That's that settled. Right, let's grab some water before I go out. Feed these into the biofuel generator. Not that we need the power right now, but I'd imagine we've... oh no, actually we do need the power. We're not very charged at all. So the battery charge percent is definitely lying. I need to figure out what's going on there. Anyway, this will help. I'll leave those there. Right, what I do want to check is the gas fuel generator is now actually working a bit better. Kind of. It's not great for sure. It's possible that it's run out of gas by this point. No, it's got gas. Okay. Just going to check the settings in here. Right, I'm going to turn this up a bit. Okay, well, that's what it is. So the CO2 in there is relatively cold, which is good. Hopefully that will get it under control. Still tons of filtering on those nitrogen filters. Right, while I'm here, let's empty that.
Waste tank critical.
And refill
Jetpack critical.
that. And
Air
that.
tank critical.
Okay, right, that should keep me going for a bit. Right, so the next task is just to sort some of this out here. Just get a few more frames making. I'm also going to, the reason I picked these stairs up, build a little bridge across here. Makes it much easier to come and go.
Jetpack on.
Okay, so I need to close some of this in. It's as much as I've got for now, but it's a start. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move these. So I'll turn that off first of all. Move these. Now, of course, I took the battery out and switched it, didn't I? So let's flip that there. And trim back all that wire. Actually, I'm going to keep some white because it'll be easier in a minute. Okay, I'll leave that end there. And similarly, I'm going to remove those. That will do for a minute. So all of these I'm going to set up over here. Oops. Ah, double whoops. Okay, so that's that side. Let's just do this. That's fine. I had it and then I lost it. There we go. Right. And I'm going to run this along here. Okay. So I need one more console to finish this, but well now so that's actually rocket 1 and rocket 2. So rocket 1, whoops, launch. Rocket 1 fuel. Rocket 1 mode. Rocket 2 launch. Rocket 2 fuel. Okay, so obviously this now needs some reprogramming. Okay, that's now functional. And similarly, this one needs some reprogramming. Probably better to go backwards through these, because there's quite a lot. Rocket 1 fuel. Rocket 1 launch, and that's the mode display, so that's Rocket 1 mode. Turn that on, and hopefully... What's going on? Rocket 1 mode, Rocket 1 fuel. Okay. So what's going on here? Why is that not working? I've got power, otherwise those wouldn't be on. Is that... I have connected this, haven't I? No, or maybe I haven't. Maybe that's the point. No, I haven't yet actually connected the damn rocket. Okay, that's a bit of a fundamental fail. So I'm not quite going to have enough cable. No. Oh, actually I am if I go that way though, aren't I? Okay, now I think we're in business. Yes, now we are indeed in business. Okay, so that's now attempting to fuel the second rocket, which is the ice miner, and should be ready to go. So I'm going to let that do its thing. Once it's ready, we'll launch it. Right. Now, in the meantime, I printed a number of floor grates. Did that for a reason. So I'm going to first of all build my little bridge here. It's not perfect, but it kind of does the job. We're going to put some stairs down there. Now I'm going to try to... Whoops. Ah! Try to not fall down the hole is what I'm going to try to do.
Jetpack on.
Fix that in a minute. Right, and of course I'm going to want to cover that hole as best as I can. I haven't quite got enough, have I?
Jetpack on.
Right, so I need another stairs. The other thing I'm going to do is insert a stacker into the ore rocket line. This isn't running, is it? Why is this not running? What's going on here?
Storm incoming. System failure.
Oh, it's too slow. Right. These can go back in there. Where did the other one go? Unless it wasn't that, was it? No. Off you go, we don't need you here. Right, so I'm going to put a stacker into the
Hydration
ore
critical.
line specifically because I think that will be helpful in slightly reducing the congestion. Right, I've got a lot of stuff going on here now. Okay, right, so let's do some of this. First things first, let's finish this little bridge. Safety first. Right, that's a start. There's a couple of railings missing, but oops, wrong way round. Come on. Go. Right, now, the logical place to put a stacker is in there. Obviously I've got to wait for this to empty first. So what I can do in the meantime, I guess, is let's get some more cable. Don't know if there's any... Oh, there's copper left in here because I've just put some copper in here. And cable. That's why I have it coming out of two machines at a time, although to be fair, I'll actually probably just use up what's in the other one and that'll be enough. Thinking about it. Although 3 extra never goes amiss. Nearly. Okay, let's go! Okay, nice little bridge. Right. Have I still got blue paint? Yes, I have. In fact, I've still got one blue coil. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this cable across in anticipation. I'm actually going to need to take these out and bump it up slightly. But
Power low.
missed one. Right, and where's the cutters? There they are. Okay, so now we've got the power in the right place. That always helps. Okay, there we go. I can move that light because it's a bit of a mad place for a light now. In the middle of the main walkway.
Jetpack on.
Let's put it up here. Shine it on that rocket. There we go. I've got quite enough cable to do this because of the connection being on that side, but see how I get on. No. Oh well, nearly. Should have printed slightly more cable after all. Right, how's this looking? That's still got tons of stuff in it. I think that's probably because it's stalled over there. Right, in the meantime though, I can drop floor grating across here and here. That's obviously somewhat preferable. Okay, this is starting to almost look organised here now. Right, we need some plastic sheets to finish that. The only thing is, because it's right where that runs, it's just not quite straightforward to run over it, but it's better than it was. I'll take that. Small improvements. Oh, it's 2 plastic sheets for each one, of course it is. I had in my head that it was 1. I was thinking, why is that not working? Right, I need one more console anyway. Which needs copper. Any chance? Maybe? Maybe? We're in luck. So if I can get those couple of extra cable coils, we need to connect the other light as well, that would be nice. Slightly less need to jetpack everywhere now. I've got a little bridge. Right, so that is rocket to mode. Of course, now I've got to pull the flooring back up because the chip's under there somewhere. It's that one I want. think I'd better pull up the other one and turn that chip off first, otherwise I know what will happen and it won't be good. Okay, so that should be Rocket 2 mode. So mode 0 is on the pad. Okay, there we go. It's looking pretty good. Now the big problem at this point is that one's fueled and ready to go, this one is not, and we've almost run out of fuel. So I'm actually going to cheat a bit. I'm going to pump some fuel out of this one. Obviously the system is now going to try and fuel both of them, but I'm hoping I've sucked enough out of this one that once it splits the difference and fuels them both, the ice rocket on the right is ready to lift off. We shall see. Otherwise I need to go ice mining, which I probably need to do anyway, to be honest, so I'm going to go and just get sorted. We've run out of oxygen, that's the basic problem. However, what I'm going to do, I finally remembered, so shout out to Sergeant Charlie, who has been reminding me, I need to make a heavy drill, because ages ago I got my heavy and my Mark II drills mixed up, and well, the result of that is that I've got the wrong kind of drill. I need some stuff out of here to do
Hunger
that.
caution.
Hopefully that's enough. So the Mark II drill is the normal standard mining drill but hardened for high temperatures. The heavy drill is the one that actually drills faster. So I need electrum, invar and solder. Some solder as a start. Whoa! It's very disorientating. So we still need the invar and the electrum. It's Constantan, there's a bit of invar. More invar. There's some electrum. We got any more in there? Perfect. Quite enough, but there we go. Oh, look at that, exactly enough. So there's one heavy drill coming out. Now I just need to reload this before something happens and lose all of those alloys and super alloys, which would be sad at the very least. Possibly mildly anger inducing. Obviously I've got enough here, all being well, to actually build a third rocket. Yeah, you go over there for a minute, I don't want to hear you. Go away! Oh, that was a pretty good throw actually. Right, okay, so the heavy drill, which is much faster, is good. So now what I want is to nick the battery from there, put it in there, switch that there, and then the old drill will be chewed up and destroyed. Moment of lag there. I'm hoping that's not an indication of more ice problems and just some sort of strange hiccup. Okay, we've still got some lights here. There's somewhere under here that I could fit the light. It's that way. Good. Perhaps we can do something similar under here. That need connecting. The other one's relatively straightforward to actually hook up. Go. Right. Let's just spray that.
Jetpack on.
Go. Nicely lit rockets. Right, now, can I connect this last light over here? Probably not with one cable, but you never know. Sometimes you get lucky. But not today. Okay, well, at least that can go in there. Closing the void before I fall into it. Right, how's this looking? That's still pretty stacked up, so there's not much that can be done there. Just wondering whether it's worth actually spraying the rockets in white and blue so that I can tell the difference. Maybe it is.
Jetpack on.
What happens when you spray a rocket? Which bit gets sprayed? Well, so we'll try spraying the fuel tank and see how that's well. Okay. It's not bad. So we'll do the whole thing now since I've started. Okay. That'll do. That was wrong. What I should have done was come around the back and done it like this. Oh, so I can't do that from there. Okay, these are apparently not sprayable. Alright, well, that's terrible, I suppose. It's not quite what I wanted. I don't know what I did with the white paint. It's around somewhere, probably stashed it. Or left it to get lost in the storm, one or the other. There it is.
Jetpack on.
I think I probably prefer that. Probably a bit counterintuitive that the ice rocket is not the white one, but there we go. Could do the pad as well, but I think that's probably a bit too much. That's fine. Right. Okay, that makes it slightly easier to avoid accidents. Shortly, right. What I probably should do at this point is tape up all those sailors that got damaged. What I should really do if I'm organised is solve the problem by enclosing them properly. It's not quite as simple as it sounds, because there's at least one which doesn't have a frame underneath it, so it's not actually airtight currently. Might just chuck up some iron walls there, because I've got a fair number of them.
Jetpack on.
I think. Right.
Hunger critical.
Yeah, this one needs some work doing on the bottom as well. That'll need to be a proper steel wall because the iron ones look grim. The window door and iron walls are fine. Right. Obviously these all need to be fixed and the missing one replaced before I close it in. Definitely needed more than I've got here, never mind. Those bits of wreckage, I don't think they'll yield anything if they're never. No, I feel they should really. Give me some reward for tidying up after yourself. Right.
Hydration critical.
I'm going to go look and see whether I've got any of those in here. No.
Jetpack on.
Okay, so obviously they're going to need to be glass. I'm going to fit one here. So that's the principle. Okay, that's a start. Right, so let's do a normal wall. Let's just do a flat wall. And I need iron. Quite a few anyway. And solar panel. Place the broken one. So I'm going to need 3 for each. I don't actually know how many more panels I've got to do, but let's stop there and see how it looks.
Jetpack on.
Got another warning going off.
Power critical.
failure. Always good to hear. Let's match that out of there, and this can go in here. That way up for now. Let's put another layer on the bottom if I want to. Right. Gives me a spare one of those. Oh, there's still a missing valve there. That's glad I spotted that. That would be a significant problem if the ice rocket launched, because without a valve there's no way to connect. That's already at 21 MPa. That would have probably blown up. Right, there we go, look at that. So processes out of gas. Right, food and drink are both problems, so let's deal with that. And then we're going to investigate the system failure. May well be we're out of gas. No. So we're out of solid fuel, I suspect, yeah. However, I've probably got some of that lurking down here. Well, would you look at that? Obviously, another thing to do at some point is to connect this up. So that it just auto feeds. Okay, that's everything full. Let's go.
System failure. Alert. Alert. System failure.
Okay, there we go. That should be working much better. So it's starting to actually come together. Get that rocket to launch. We'll be in a state where nothing is actually blown up. We're close to it. Okay, so I don't have my my glasses because I managed to burn them off my face again, but I'll go mining shortly and get some more oxide. Right, so that pipe network has got mostly hydrogen now. Still got a few other things from the atmosphere that was in the room, but it's mostly hydrogen, so that's a good sign. That's mostly CO2. Still quite hot. I think that's from that flame out. Well, so not hot in the scheme of things, but hot enough to melt ice. Okay. Here comes the dawn, so it seems like a good time to tidy those, switch that. Hopefully by the time I've done that, the other rocket will have finished its full load as well. So once that happens, I can, oops, oh man, I forgot my power was low. Once the unload finishes, I can put the stack around.
Jetpack on.
I suppose at least the power went out just as I was starting to fly there rather than just as I arrived at the mining site. It would have been a bit frustrating. I'm going to go a bit up the hill actually to mine 2 near to the base. Okay, going much faster. That's what happens when we get the right drill. This vein is, but this would suggest it's a reasonable hopefully enough fuel mixed to get the ice mining rocket launched, after which it shouldn't really be an issue. That's the end of that. Fertilising the mountainside there. Right, we'll grab that.
Hydration critical.
Okay, so let's just get these slammed straight in here. Good. So not only should that make some, some more oxygen, which we can use to make fuel. It should be nice cold oxygen. There we go. Perfect. So if I now turn that on, so we consume that almost instantly. We've got lots of hydrogen. Oops, smashing into everything. Okay, we might have enough to launch the ice rocket. Yes, we do. In fact, we could launch both rockets. So I'm going to launch blue first. The reason for doing that rather than launching them both together is I just want a chance to quickly fix this. And I realise I should be able to do that absolutely fine whilst it's in space, but I don't really want to take a risk on it, to be honest, because it's just going to make so much mess if it goes wrong. It goes, whoops, I had it straight away. Okay, and I did that wrong because I should have put one more on there. Yeah, one more cable short. Okay, well, I'd best go make that in the meantime. Off it goes. Good. Right. Oops, I left that printing. That was a bit of an error. Never mind. I've done worse. I'm not sure what, but need one piece of coil. Then the next thing to do is to get iron sheets made. Actually, I need a few more iron walls. Oh, I'll start with some sheets because I don't really need. Right, let's fix this, and then I'm going to come back and sort out. Okay, that's running. I have to make one more anyway. That was a bit silly really, but never mind. Right. I'll take that anyway. And water, so that's the next thing we need to deal with. Let's
Jetpack
go
on.
quickly try and finish this. Let's finish fixing these anyway. That's two done. We start closing it in. Obviously it's going to have no effect until it's all closed in. So one less piece of maintenance to do is always good. First. Going to need steel wall on the bottom as well, isn't it, to close that in. Pumpkins are always so pleased to see me when I come in. They come running to meet me at the door. Almost bad throwing them to their doom into the composter. Interesting. I wondered what would happen if I did that. Right, probably need to use a bit more of that. Okay, so first things first, let's get some water. Something that we'll need doing in here is we've got to try and get to the bottom of whatever it is that's clogging up that Harvey chute. But first, let's try to finish closing in those solars. Still not great, is it? The generator's running, it's just not doing a very good job. Okay. More tweaking required there, I think.
Jetpack on. Okay, let's get some more iron. So let's get some more iron. Thank you. need to do is to just go and double check that the ice processing is actually working safely now. Stop that there. And
jetpack on.
first things first, let's stop in here on the way and see what's going on. Okay, we've got pressure rising on the left hand side. Temperature is above freezing. It's obviously melting reasonably quickly. That's fine. There goes the ice rocket again. So systems go here. Question is whether or not this
Jetpack low.
hydrogen side is going to work okay.
Jetpack on.
Anyway, right, for now, we need to finish closing this in. Okay, more than I need. This one back here, I need to somewhere. Did I have a double? No, I've done it now.
Jetpack low.
I know the jetpack's low, you just told me that 2 seconds ago. I'm still using it, so it's not going to get any less low, is it? No, it's not. Don't keep lagging.
Jetpack critical.
Okay, one more iron sheet and we're good to go. And of course a wall for over there. I think that's all the iron walls though. Yes. Well, those can get shredded. So it'll be interesting to see whether the unload here is now any more efficient for having a stacker. I think the answer is not much because stuff's coming out in all sorts of random orders, but right, let's just check what's coming out of these pipes now. Okay, so that's definitely looking like that's nearly flushed out all the CO2 and pollutant, so that's working correctly. So we expect to see that's mostly nitrogen and oxygen, which we're now at. This side is kind of working. I'm not quite sure why. It's still not melting, is it? It's above. It's above freezing. And there's no pressure. Right, that's doing it now. I think it was just a bit too low pressure. Obviously, as we discovered last time, don't want to get the pressure up too much, otherwise it breaks physics and then we have a massive fire. Okay, that's looking better. It's definitely setting up. It's fairly cold as well, which is how I like it. So that should mean that this fuel mixer can run quite happily. Should give me plenty of fuel to repressurize Run the gas generator. Okay, I'll isolate that. Just don't want to convert all of that into rocket fuel. Probably come a point when we can just leave that open, but for now. Why is this one not running? What's happened here? Same problem as before, I suspect. There's just nothing in it. Okay. Well, that's strange. I think it's because there's 3 pipes, 3 chutes there and 2 chutes there. It gets slightly out of sync. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's exactly what it is. Difficult. I was trying to think whether there was a way without moving this to route it, but there's not, because even for a corner and then go up 1 and then across and down, that becomes 4 and 3 instead of 2 and 3. I can't see any way to get the exact same number between them, so it's just how it is, I suppose. Probably need to have moved that one further out, but I'm not going to do that while I've got all this ore in the tunnel. Right, well, I think we might end that one there. Maybe I'll wait till dawn and see if we can coordinate a joint rocket launch, although I don't think either of them finished unloading yet. Certainly this one hasn't. Blue one's not fully fueled, and the white one is fully fueled but not fully unloaded. Oh no, it's coming back. Right. Notice it was in space. That was the return that I pulled. So effectively, by closing that, it acts as a return. So it's fine. Fully offload. Yep, there it goes. Hopefully this is now slightly more controlled. Yeah, there we go. See the pressure rising on both sides as it pumps through. Good, so the meltwater is actually working as designed at last. Right, both rockets are fueled, both rockets I think have finished unloading
Jetpack
now.
on.
Hard to judge. We'll see what happens when this moves down a bit. I think it's finished. Status 0. Guess let's. There's one way to find out, isn't there? Right. Okay, let's see if we can end the episode with a joint launch. Oh, yeah,
Jetpack on.
Good. No, still got stuff in it. See how we get on. Right. It's a little bit sad that this helmet blocks the view so much. But there we go. Anyway, I mean, I could go third person and we could do this. Let's go. No, it's not finished unloading yet. Let's not go.
Jetpack on.
No, still got stuff in there. Okay, I was hoping to end the episode with a double rocket launch at dawn, but I don't think that's going to happen. The best chance is leave that like that, and as soon as the white one launches, pull the blue one. I have no idea when that will happen. There we go. If nothing else, it's a nice, nice picture for the cover, anyway. In fact, get a bit of view from here, maybe. Yeah, Not bad, not bad. Dude runs looking a bit silly really, doesn't he? But there we go. Right, well I don't think we're going to get double launch, but we may as well relaunch the blue one. There we go. And that I think is it for this episode. So finally got things working properly. I hope you've enjoyed that. Next episode, I think I'm going to start thinking about whether I can expand the automation with the ingots to deal with alloys as well, and possibly have the printers request what they need as they need it. I think that might be a good upgrade to do. And then I shall start work on some of the hab improvements. Ooh, that's really moving now on the left, so maybe we'll get a launch before the end. No, it's not going to happen. Anyway, if you're enjoying these, I'd love it if you would subscribe to the channel, and also if you would like and comment on the videos, because that all increases visibility, and obviously that means more people find the videos and more people find Stationeers, which can only be good. So in the meantime, I hope I will see you on the next episode.